Speaker. The proposition claimed on this debate were that added security will provide less time in rush hours in airports. But ladies and gentlemen, this will generate more time for the airport because they will need to check them twice because they will keep the universal security, and the added security will take them more time. That is why as well as time, they will take more resources for the airport. Because if you need added security, you will need added personnel in order to check those who claim to be terrorists. And by this system will be inefficient. This system will not work. Also because the behavior doesn't prevent anything. The suspicious behavior, as they said. For example, the past terrorist attack in Mexico, the attempt of a man being suspicious by having some cans and telling that it was a bomb. Ladies and gentlemen, if we do not trust in the universal security, how can we trust in an assumption made by the airport? We need this system. On the point, sir, we need this system to work by checking them all. This is why we support the status quo right now. You also claim that this system is not perfect on the second speech. Well, exactly. As it is not perfect, we need to check them all. We need to check everyone. We cannot assume anything. We cannot generalize everything that will lead to discrimination, to forbid the people from flying, to harass them more, and violating their liberty.
On the point of
Yes.
Well, we already said it's worth violating your liberties for the short amount of time that they're violating.
The same short amount of time you were saying, oh, I want to stay more time because they are doing the universal check. That same amount of time. No, thank you. And you said that violating the liberty in order to support other liberties as security. It is a contradiction in the proposition case because they are defending something by attacking it. It is a contradiction. Another point made by the proposition was that with more security, meaning profiling, the airport will be more efficient because it will just select some. But if they will need more resources, more personnel, it will take more time to the airport, and the hours you spend on the airport will increase. This is why this system is not going to work and it's not efficient. Now moving to my perspective, the third argument, the exacerbation of discrimination. This system proposed by the proposition side was to create the profiling passengers and to implement it in different airports. But this will increase the discrimination. This will increase the resentment of the society. This will increase the offenses of each of the society, and it will affect the social coexistence, which is very, very important for the countries in order to solve their conflicts.
On that point, sir.
No, thank you. This system, as I was saying, will generate hate. By living in stereotypes, you will make the ethnic and racial gap wider. By using by using a selection on a criterion of racial and ethnic and religious aspects, you will create stereotypes, and by believing in this, you will increase the gap of the ethnic and racial.
On that point, sir.
Racial aspects. Yes?
Considering these are set characteristics, don't you think we're just using known knowledge and not stereotypes?
We're saying that if we use universal check, you will be neutral. You won't be affecting the races. You won't be segregating the races in order to have an assumption just because of the statistics. We need to prove everyone in order for the system to be efficient. By doing this, by proposing this system, we will give them the foundation for ethnical hate. We will give them a reason to the terrorists to be angry, to support what they are doing. We will give them a cost. This is why we need to stop this.
On that point,
This will create a ripple effect and means that the hate, the clashes between the social groups, the races, will spread. By using this system, we will give them a reason, and the society social coexistence is being sacrificed. As we made an example on the airline, 9 Muslims who were passing from Washington to Orlando, and 3 of them kids, Muslims, they were turned over to the FBI just because they were wondering where was the safest place on the plane. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not possible. How can just by a comment you can be turned over to the FBI and not be compensated? This happened in 2008, and again, this family also, because they were wondering that they were sitting on the engine of the airplane, they were accused of being terrorists. And this is on the criteria of the proposition system works. This is why by using this system, the social coexistence will be affected, and there will be an exacerbation in the discrimination. Another example is the Israel airport in Tel Aviv. It uses passenger profiling, a strong passenger profiling. This includes racial and ethnic discrimination, and the government is supporting this. It is increasing this. Even though this airport claims that it is the safest airport, this is why, even though they claim that it is the safest airport, the cost is too high. They are violating their liberties. They are accusing the people. They are making assumptions and generalizations. And under this process, they are working and claiming that it is the safest airport. This is why the cost of this claim is too high, and we should stop this. The government should notice that they are exacerbating discrimination, which again leads to conflict. And as Israel lives in a conflict nowadays, needs to solve it. And in order to solve it, it needs to stop this proposition. It needs to stop the passenger profiling and stop making these claims that the cost is too high and that they are exacerbating discrimination. It is on the ground that liberties are more important than security, that this system, the proposition system, has flaws, and that this will exacerbate discrimination, that we need to oppose this motion. It is on the ground that liberties are more important and that we should support this. This is why I beg you to oppose it.